Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard the Independence of the Seas. We are off heading up to the upper decks. It is storming. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little brief view of that, but it's about 12 noon, so we'll go ahead and get lunch as well and begin our final 24 hours here on board the Independence of the Seas. All right, here we go. As you can see, it is soaking wet out here. Decks are soaking wet, but it doesn't look like it's absolutely pouring right now, so that's good. So we are pretty much offshore Port Everglades right now. We are working our way back up the East Coast. We're trying to stay a little bit down south from what I was able to gather because of the storms up north towards Canaveral. But really beautiful of the seas, calm, a little bit of swell, but in terms of whitecaps, hardly any of that. Now in terms of what I am doing today, well, of course, later tonight, I got the pilot boarding at 5:30, so we're gonna show you that. I hit the flow rider and I ran into a very special person which we're hoping to sit down and talk to a little later in this episode. So stay tuned for that. So folks, it was time to get lunch now after walking around the ship, and we chose today fish and chips. Now I've been on Independence 3 times. This is my 3rd time on her. And in previous cruises, this restaurant was an upcharge. On this cruise on Independence, however, since the dry dock, they made this included. So I went ahead and checked it out, and giving you my honest review, it was really good for it being included. I got the shrimp and the chicken tender, and it was all very good. It also had dipping sauces included as well, which was not found on other venues throughout the ship. So a definite great free included dining options, and I'm kind of glad they made this free. So the rain clouds are finished for now, but it's still going to be a rainy day. But we're out here while the sun is shining at the ship's helipad. Again, if you haven't checked it out already, would highly recommend you check this area of the ship out. Super cool. I'm gonna go ahead and show you around here. Of course, the ship's navigational bridge right behind me. That's where they navigate the ship in and out of ports and at sea. Got some tankers. Of course, Port Everglades is on our port side right there, and the Bahamas over on our starboard side right over there. So we are now heading to Johnny Rockets to get something to eat. Well, let's go ahead and show you that. So we're here now in Johnny Rockets getting a bite to eat. I'll let you know what I ordered here in just a second here. But again, if you aren't familiar, Johnny Rockets is about $12 or so. Then you add in a gratuity, and plus it brings you around 15 bucks. It does include an appetizer, your burger or a sandwich, or multiple sandwiches at that. And also you do get a dessert. It's either sundae or apple pie. Now, of course, as you see the menu on the screen, there's a lot of good options here. So really, all around, you can't go wrong here at Johnny Rockets. And so we just finished our meal here at Johnny Rockets, finishing up a drink, and then we'll get out of here. But I'll give you a little review here. So what I got for our appetizers, I got the really, really great bacon cheese fries, and then the onion rings too. The onion rings with the ranch, perfect combination there. And we also got in terms of burgers, I got the Johnny Rockets double. We also I tried it for the first time, the Route 66. Again, for the drink, we got the fountain soda here, which I think is the best soda on the ship. Really good options here in Johnny Rockets. For dessert, I got sundae. Phenomenal sundae. So anyhow, we're going to have a fun evening planned. Not sure what we get up to. Again, we have the pilot coming up, 5:40. Hopefully, we'll be able to show that to you guys. All right, guys, we're here with an amazing crew member, restaurant supervisor here of the Windjammer Marketplace here. Fantastic job this cruise, man. We appreciate all your hard work with you and your team. Well done. And we're also here with my good buddy Nick. We'll talk more about him in a minute, but
this guy ran the chef's table on Mariner of the Seas. The most memorable night I've had on all my cruising years.
That was fun, doing 2 chef tables together at one time.
This guy, he's the only the A team for the Icon of the Seas. He's on the Icon of the Seas. Only the best of the best.
Absolutely.
Go to the Icon, and he's on there.
I've met quite a few from other ships who go to the Icon. The best of the best is for
I'll
sure.
I'll be on there too.
That's right. Follow Nick. Talk more in a minute, but thank you, buddy. We appreciate your hard work. Absolutely amazing. So as mentioned earlier, we are here with Nick from Royal Caribbean Cruise Chronicles. Nick, how are you doing tonight?
I'm wonderful. We are on Independence of the Seas, last night of the cruise, and Tyler and I have cruised before, and we met on the Flow Rider and through Facebook, and here we are again.
It's kind of ironic. We were on this ship back in December. That's where we met. So Nick, give people a brief introduction to your channel. It's really neat. He does like a live stream perspective, like unfiltered, right? He doesn't like do all fancy editing like I do. So it's a pretty neat perspective. Not like a lot of channels out there. So Nick, you want to give people at home a little bit about what you do?
Yes, so my channel is Royal Caribbean Cruise Chronicles. I've been on over 200 Royal Caribbean cruises. So I cruise basically every other week. And so I thought, why not share my experiences? And I share my experiences in live stream type format. It's no fancy music, no fancy editing. You see it like I see it. If I screw up, I screw up. You see it from a live stream perspective, just like I see it. A lot of things I show will be the first time you see it with me live. And there's someone knocking at the door.
Wow, in the middle of the interview.
You know, I bring the total Royal Caribbean cruise content. I have a total variety channel on cruises with Royal Caribbean. You can see casino, gambling, you can see flow rider videos, you can see ship tours, you can see food tastings. Everything is just total variety on Royal Caribbean cruises. And then some of the newest news on some of the breaking news like Icon and Utopia. So it's pretty much a total variety on Royal Caribbean exclusively.
Exactly. And speaking of Icon, Nick is going to be on there, and what's cool, he's been telling me some of these plans. You trust me. You want to subscribe with the bell on, because he's probably going to be some of the first videos online. Is that correct, Nick?
My goal is, I'm not claiming to be the biggest, but I am claiming to be very unique, and I'm trying to do something totally different that no one else does, and it brings you content really quick. Since I don't do any fancy editing, I will bring you short videos, very small snippets here and there, and I don't want to waste anyone's time because I know everyone's time is valuable. Who wants to sit and look at a 1-hour video of walking through a ship? I'll bring you the highlights, very short videos, and I will bring them real quick. I will post them real quick.
Good stuff here with Nick. So go ahead, check Nick's channel out. We'll link it down in the description below. Anyway, back to the night activities here on board the beautiful Independence of the Seas. Good morning, folks. It is officially day 4 of the cruise, disembarkation day. We are pulling into Port Canaveral. Pilot Boat 3 is heading out our way. So let's go ahead and show you our arrival back to Port Canaveral, Florida. With that, we are now officially docked here in Port Canaveral again, so that is going to do it for this episode of the Independence of the Seas Cruise Vlog Series 2023, our last sailing out of Port Canaveral. Now stay tuned for this channel for updates, as we may or may not be back on the Independence later this year. Hey, if you want to see another video just like this one, check this video up here. YouTube really recommends that you go ahead and check it out.